Hello and welcome to the Young Film Academy podcast, the essential podcast for teenagers looking to find their way into the creative industries. My name is Dan Allen. I am joined by Ellen Thomas. How's it going, Ellen?
Hi, Dan. Yeah, it's going well.
Excellent. Well, I am very excited for this very special podcast episode because it is a special episode, isn't it? Because we're going to be reflecting, exploring, hearing from some amazing people.
Yeah,
what is this episode about?
Going behind the scenes a little bit.
Behind the scenes. I love that. What is our main topic of interest, Ellen?
So, on the 28th of February, which was,
big day.
Almost a month ago now, we hosted the YFA All-Stars Awards.
Big event, guys.
Yes,
big event.
Yes. So today we're going to be going behind the scenes of that night.
Absolutely.
And hearing from some judges and some winners and some students, which is very exciting. But yeah, we thought it'd be good to explain kind of what that night was all about and
do you want to give us a bit
down.
of context and sort of work out so the people listening really understand the gravity of what it is we heard?
So I mean, we're going to have to go back in time to 2016, which is when
long time ago.
Yeah, the first ever Young Film Academy Awards was hosted. And this happened at the end of summer, after summer camp, and it awarded the best films that had been made on YFA sort of courses and programs from the year. And from that point on, the YFA Awards was hosted every year at the end of summer at the BFI in London, and then in recent years it's been hosted at the Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square. So 2026 marked 10 years.
It's a long time.
Of the YFA Awards, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And at YFA, we decided it would be incredible to sort of celebrate all of those amazing films that had won awards over the years and put them sort of up against each other in a competition called the All-Stars to decide which was the best film YFA had ever made, but also the best film amongst those categories. And also just to celebrate the amazing achievement of filmmaking. All
Absolutely.
of them were.
10 years is a long time of a lot of quality movies that really have stuck in the minds of so many of the film tutors and also the the team behind the scenes at YFA.
And I think sort of the best way to describe it is like a 10-year retrospective anniversary sort of celebration meets the Oscars.
Absolutely. It was a celebration and a showdown.
Yes, definitely.
James Walker would say.
And it was a reunion in many ways as well. Like lots of YFA students got to see each other who were already friends, but also reconnect with people they'd worked on films with.
You know what? That was probably my favourite thing about the whole event was seeing all these people that I'd either taught over the years or met over the years, seeing them all come together and seeing how well they still got on with each other. And seeing them all suited and booted for a big event, I think is also
as
great.
We were as well, Dan.
As we were as well. We were looking sharp. We were looking sharp. We were suited and booted, which I think is a beautiful image if you imagine that we did actually end up at McDonald's at the end of the day, which is where you should always end up if you're wearing a full suit, I think.
Just like Michael Jordan in In-N-Out after the Oscars.
Absolutely. And if you haven't seen that, definitely give that a Google and you can see Michael B. Jordan stuffing his face with an In-N-Out burger.
Michael Jordan.
Not Michael B. Jordan. I mean, maybe he was there as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't looked at the photos thoroughly.
I'd like to know if them two have ever met.
Oh, yeah. I wonder. And do you think the B is in there just to help differentiate?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
probably.
Otherwise, those are some shoes to fill. Oh my God, that feels more pertinent talking about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
What were your favourite things about the event, would you say, Ellen?
I think sort of in contrast to you, because you're definitely a YFA veteran. You've been around a while, and I'm sort of newer to YFA. But every time I sort of go to a YFA event, I see our sort of courses and programs that we do. I'm always amazed by how much everyone loves YFA, and then seeing the YFA Awards was like the long-term impact on such a huge scale, and it was really like I sort of got this fast track education in all things YFA, every film that had ever been made, all those films that have cult status.
Yes.
So now I feel like I'm a bit of an expert, even though I wasn't around. I have I have a corner of my brain just dedicated to like really niche sort of
absolutely
YFA comedies.
Yeah. No, we definitely have so many of them really do stick in our minds, and like we reference all the time. There's some real fan favorites or star favorites from the films over the years.
And it was great just to speak to some of the students and hear about how they've gotten into filmmaking from doing YFA programs and the impact it's had on their lives. But yeah, it was a fantastic evening. So the way the event worked was there was 11 categories, similar to the categories from the YFA Awards. So there was Make a Film in a Day and 4-Day Film School and Summer Camp with the sort of respective age groups and time span of the courses. And then we also had the performance categories, and then we had a few wildcard categories. We had the best comedy that was voted for by the audience.
Absolutely.
And then there was the best collaboration award, which celebrated the best kind of outreach project that YFA had been involved in. And then the evening culminated in the best YFA film ever award.
Big award.
Yes, which was very fun. And all of these categories were judged by industry professionals, who we're going to hear from today. And they were actually there to announce the award. We had some video call-ins from judges, so some very sort of influential and inspiring faces.
Absolutely. So the first one that we're actually going to listen to, Ellen, is Anna Smith. So Anna Smith, it was the judge of the Summer Camp Younger category. She's one of the UK's top film critics and broadcast journalists. She is the former president of the UK Critics Circle, host of the Girls on Film podcast, which you haven't heard, you should definitely check that out. And she's also a regular film critic for BBC News, Time Out, Metro, Sight and Sound, and Empire. So, should we have a listen and see what Anna had to say?
Let's do it.
I really enjoy judging the films. It was such a treat. I'm always so astonished and impressed by what young people can achieve these days, not just with technology, but with collaboration. And that's something I was really impressed with all these films, because you can see everyone working together to help each other to make great creative work. It's brilliant. I think collaboration is really important. Find people that you love working with, form relationships with them, keep in touch with them, networking, whatever you want to call it, is really important. Finding people whose vision you share, and don't be afraid to reach out to someone for advice. Don't be afraid to ask people to mentor you, and just keep on working and knock on all those doors.
And what is your earliest film memory to do with filming?
Well, I think I went to see 101 Dalmatians, the animation, when I was a kid in the cinema, and that was an incredible moment. I just think that power of the big screen experience when you're a child is extraordinary, and it felt like such a special treat. And when you just sort of think, oh wow, this is a real event, and to now be part of an industry that's, I'm commenting on it, and I'm hopefully for Girls on Film, interviewing the stars of present and future, is a real honour.
And lastly, how do you feel to be at the event today?
It was fun. It was really great to see all the young people, kind of looking back on their work, and to hear their speeches, and to see them reuniting with people that obviously meant a lot to them. And there's so many films I now want to go away and watch, because obviously I was only able to watch the ones in my category, but I'm definitely going to go and watch some of those films because they look really great.
Wow, yeah, no, I think just really lovely words from Anna, and I really liked her positivity. She really enjoyed the films, like she really did, which is great to hear that someone who's seen so many films over the years was appreciative of what the students have achieved.
Yeah, and I get the sense that Anna is really sort of invested in young filmmakers and sort of up and coming voices, and especially women and girls who are into filmmaking and screen acting. So 100%. Amazing to have her presence at the awards.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think that's definitely good. I think it's for those that are women that want to get into film, definitely give that podcast a listen to, and men as well. I think you'll learn a lot from the pod.
Yeah, definitely. So Anna's category was the summer camp younger, and I believe the winner was Cultford School for Girls.
It was indeed, which is a cracking film.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's definitely one of the ones that has like cult status.
Yeah,
which is ironic because it's called Cultford School for Girls. But just such an accomplished film, so funny and so well performed. Like just home running sort of every department, which was really cool.
And I think I remember Anna saying in her sort of announcement of the award, she was really impressed by the use of the location, and I think that is that is very much to do with its cult status, is because it sort of is an ode to summer camp location itself,
which takes place at Colford. And obviously they just had a very clever little T in there to make it Coltford. But no, I really love that film, and I think I agree with everything that Anna said about it. I should give her that award.
So who are we going to hear from next, Dan?
So next, we're going to hear from Grace Dickinson. So Grace Dickinson is a professional animal trainer and handler specialising in exotic animals for film and television. She's worked on everything from those large-scale productions like Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them, Enola Holmes and Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. And also, my favourite, she worked on a film called Saint Maud, where there's a cockroach that I, along with most people, had assumed was CGI. And it turned out it was not CGI at all. And it was actually one of Grace Dickinson's cockroaches. So there you go.
If you haven't had a chance, you should listen to our podcast episode with Grace, where she speaks all about her sort of experience with amazing animals. It's an incredible episode.
It really is. If you wonder what it's like to live with loads of animals, to breed loads of animals, and to train them, how you even turn them into movie stars, then definitely check that episode out. So let's have a listen to what Grace said. Now, Grace judged the Make a Film in a Day category, and we'll see what she has to say.
So, how was it judging the films?
I would say a big responsibility, which is why I enlisted the friends of my partner and one of my professional colleagues as well. We did it over while we FaceTimed live, so we could have real life reactions, and that made it super fun. Do you know what? I didn't really know what to expect because it's my first time looking at young people's films, but we were all astounded by the quality of the films. It was such a joy to watch through them all, and then obviously difficult to choose the right one because the level was so high and it was such a close thing.
And what was the best part of judging the films?
I think the best part of judging the films was getting an appreciation for the talent that is actually coming up in filmmaking with young people now. That was definitely the best thing. It's amazing that there are so many people that get the opportunity now to start so young with the support of Young Film Academy, which is something I didn't even know was possible. My advice for young filmmakers today is follow your dreams and just do it. Doesn't matter if you're shooting on an iPhone or you've just got ideas, just go and do the thing and put it out there. My earliest film memory, I'm an animal trainer, not a filmmaker, but I've been training animals since I was little, but my little sister was very into film and photography because my dad was a photographer, and she got one of probably the first pocket digital cameras, this tiny little box, and she made little clips of me training my ferrets to do tricks, and looking at them back, it's almost like now when you look at Super 8, like of its time, and so that's my earliest memory. So I was doing it then, still doing it now. It's an absolute honour to be at the event today. It was a surprise to be invited as a judge and a huge honour, but the energy here is amazing, and just being with all these creatives of all generations is really a pleasure.
That was great.
Lovely to hear from Grace.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think she captures that energy so clearly of like having passion starting from when you're young and seeing that through to an adult profession. I think is really inspiring, I think, for me, and I'm sure for the students as well.
And just going for it and trusting that it might be not the most like conventional route. I imagine if I said to my parents, yeah, I'm going to train animals for film and TV, they would be like, they would be supportive, but they would be like, never heard of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is incredible at what she does.
Absolutely. And also just hearing what she had to say about the films, you know, and how she literally had to get help to help decide her category, which does not surprise me in any way, shape or form, because they are all, you know, really good and I think really well made.
And that's a great image, just like imagining her sharing those films with her family and friends and them getting to experience the joy of watching them and see what we do. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that category in particular, you know, make film in a day, you know, these students often, they definitely haven't met each other before the start of the day. And then by the end of the day, they're screening a finished film, which for anyone that's made a film will know that is insane.
Yeah. And it's usually the younger age group as well. So they have that sort of early on spark of creativity of just like, let's make something.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was really nice hearing Grace, you know, just recognize sort of the talent and the creativity that goes into it, and especially from such young people as well. Make Film Day students are generally they're aged like 8 to 13, I think, or 8 to 12. So it's the entry level course that Young Film Academy offers. So it's amazing what can be produced by such young people that have literally just met. So amazing. So shall we hear from Eddie Hamilton?
Yes, let's do it. So Eddie Hamilton actually judged and presented the most contentious. Is that the right
most
word?
coveted?
Yeah. What does contentious mean?
I suppose debatable.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I suppose it is debatable. Contentious to me might mean that maybe the winner shouldn't have won.
Oh, well. No, I'm joking. Well, the most sort of like, I'd say the hottest award of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
The most like
the most coveted, the most desirable award of the evening, 100%, I would say. It was the big prize. It was the top prize.
I'd say the most exciting award of the night.
Absolutely, the biggest and final prize, for sure.
Yeah, that was Eddie Hamilton's very difficult job that he had to do.
I do not envy him whatsoever.
So Eddie Hamilton is a film editor, and his work has shaped some of the most sort of iconic cinematic moments of recent years. He's worked on lots of action films such as Top Gun Maverick, Kick-Ass, and the most recent Mission Impossible films, Rogue Nation, Fallout, Dead Reckoning, and Final Reckoning. He's an incredible editor and worked on some really cool films.
Absolutely. And just a really great guy. He's a real champion of the next generation and of helping people. He's got a whole website where he sort of shares his experience and stuff. So definitely give Eddie Hamilton a search on Google afterwards. And also, you know, give the Pod episode. He's also been on the podcast.
Yeah.
Which is a really insightful episode. And you can sort of find out what sort of sets him apart from other editors and why Tom Cruise just wants to work with him again and again and again. So let's hear what Eddie had to say on the red carpet.
The best part of judging the films was enjoying the ambition and the scale and the emotion and the quality of the visual storytelling. I think the hardest thing in the film industry is knowing actually what you want to do within the film industry, because there are so many types of creative jobs you can do, whether it's, you know, you can be a writer or a director or a producer or a composer or a cinematographer, costume designer, hair and makeup, production design, on the art department, whatever. There's so many jobs, sound recording, film editing, visual effects. And so understanding what you want to do and the top of the ladder that you want to end up of is very important, because the film industry is a ladder, and if you start climbing up the wrong ladder and you discover it's not for you, you'll have to kind of go down and start climbing. But really make a decision, learn about what the different jobs available within the film industry, and try and decide what you want to do, and then start contacting people to get entry-level jobs. I I think the Young Film Academy is the best organisation for young filmmakers in the UK by a long way. I recommend this to any young people that I meet. James and the team in the office really care about the students, and they deliver a fantastic program that is very good value for money and gives kids an amazing experience. And it's been wonderful to be in the audience and feel the vibe of these young filmmakers and get to meet them and celebrate with them.
Wow.
Wow, Eddie, what an icon.
What an icon. And what amazing, like, incredible words that he had to say about YFA, about the films, and also great advice as well.
Yeah, some really sort of practical advice on making your way in the film industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think sort of that working out what you want to do is such a hard thing for young filmmakers. And I think it's good that he sort of speaks about it, because it is hard working out what you want to do and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say it's never too late, though. Like, even though you might have to go a couple of places back, you can reorientate, I think, and you will not be from completely square one if you do need to change your course, because you'll have had those connections. But I think you're not going to sort of, let's say you're a head of department in one department, you're not going to be able to sidestep and suddenly be head of department in another one, which is, I think, what he's getting at, is that you have to sort of build up again, you know, but you can leverage the contacts and the experience that you've had so far.
And all experience is valuable. And nobody's course is going to be a straight line.
100%. But yeah, and then just such beautiful words about like the kids' films. I think he was really impressed with sort of the caliber of them. And let's be real, the caliber of the best film category was amazing.
Yeah, it was a really tough category. I don't know how he chose a winner. But it was, it's those films are sort of some of the Paradiso films, which is our Project Paradiso, which is a week-long film shoot in Sicily, and there's sort of more prep time and sort of writing workshops to develop that film. So there's definitely a sort of bigger scale production there.
100%. Yeah, that's sort of, it's YFA's like prestige project, isn't it, Paradiso, where it's literally the students that have impressed the teachers the most over the previous few years. Those are the people that get asked to try and do it, and then to crowdfund a movie. And so it's a real high caliber of students going into it, and then the caliber of film that comes out is always so impressive, and they have a lot more time.
And there were some really amazing summer camp films in that category as well.
Absolutely. Some of our favourites. Table for One was nominated as well, which did win its own 2-week summer camp award. Grapes, we were a massive fan of. Now, Grapes isn't even a summer camp film.
Yeah, that's a 4-day film school
film. 4-day film. It's the only 4-day it's the only 4-day film school film to be nominated in the Best Film Award, which I think is a phenomenal achievement. Yeah, absolutely. You know,
it's representing in that category.
Yeah,
of course.
Because the summer camp films get 5-6 days, whereas these films, 4-day film school gets it says 4 days.
And I think it was important to recognise in that category when shortlisting that even though those bigger sort of scale production films are nominated, the smaller ones and sort of the 4-day film school, that also has a nomination to show that you can still make a great film with whatever resources you have.
Absolutely. And then the other film that I think was that we should shout out as well is Boo. Yeah. Now, Boo was made at summer camp, but in only the 1-week course, where I think all the other films nominated from summer camp had 2 weeks. Yeah. So again, films that just, when an idea really clicks and it's executed really well and really beautifully, I love Boo. I think it's one of my favourite summer camp films ever. That I've seen. So I think that was really cool. The rest of the summer camp films we had, obviously, All of Us. I mean, All of Us still gets spoken about, and that was one of the earlier summer camp films from 2019. Yeah, incredible.
Lots of good prosthetics in that one.
Absolutely. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Wannabe. What a film. So good. Great performances in that one as well. So definitely worth checking. All these films, by the way, you can watch all of them on the Young Film Academy YouTube channel.
Yes, we have a playlist dedicated to all the nominated films from the All Stars Awards. So if you want to put away a sort of... How many hours do you think that would take to watch all of them?
Oh, my word. A few.
I'm just going to say like 5 hours. I'm just going to.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I reckon it's only 2 hours, 2.5.
Really?
Oh, I don't know. Now that you said that. Yeah, maybe 2 to 3 hours.
But yeah, if you want to go through a sort of time machine roller coaster of emotions,
yeah,
and genres and sort of bonkers worlds.
Yes.
I think that would be a good 5 hours well spent.
100%. And then our 3 Paradiso films, we'll just shout out the names of Lemons, which was the first ever Paradiso film. Such a beautiful film, so beautifully shot as well, and gorgeous music. And then you had Strings, which is the film that won, which is the second Paradiso, which really is it's a horror film, amazing achievement, really suspenseful. I am biased slightly because I edited that film. I had the privilege of editing the students' work, and I'm a horror guy. Absolutely. But yeah, that one I think was such a well told story and really well acted as well. Again. So yeah, that was great. In fact, Calypso won the Older Award, Performance Award.
Yes, yeah.
So she was recognised for her leading role in Strings, which was great. And then we had Gladys as well, which was the most recent Project Paradiso from last year, which is a great comedy. I think, is that the only comedy nominated? Oh no, Boo, I guess, is a comedy. I suppose you could argue Grapes is a comedy.
Table for One.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, what a useless sentence that was from Dan. One of the many comedies nominated in the best overall film. So,
but I also think that Gladys is it has a very distinct tone.
Yes.
And it's very sort of has its own personality within the comedy genre. I wouldn't say it's a sort of standard run-of-the-mill comedy.
Absolutely. In fact, I can reveal that Gladys, I think, was sort of almost was a close runner-up. For the top prize.
Yeah, there's some exclusive content for
you. There you go. So Eddie was toing and froing between the two. So there you go. So if you made Gladys, you were very seen and very appreciated by Eddie Hamilton as well. And I just wanted to take a moment as well just to really recognise what Eddie said about Young Film Academy being the best place for young people to come and learn. So I mean, what an amazing a stamp of approval that is from an incredible person working at the top level. Like, you can't get bigger in terms of movies than the Mission Impossible movies, if you know what I mean. Like, those are massive scale movies starring one of the biggest movie stars, if not the biggest movie star of all time, in a way, you know.
And I think I spoke to Eddie, and he sat there that evening in the front row watching all of the films, and he was so engrossed and he was laughing so hard at all the funny moments. And I think he really sat there and appreciated Young Film Academy and sort of was taken on this journey, and afterwards was so impressed with what he saw.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Shall we hear from some of the students, Helen?
Let's do it.
Hear what they have to say.
Oh, just astonished. How are we feeling?
Unbelievable. We couldn't really believe that we'd won the first one, let alone be nominated and win this one. But yeah.
I'm feeling lots of things. I think I might process it all tomorrow. That'll be good. I keep looking in this box. I keep checking it's still there. It's great. It's so good to meet everyone again, though.
Was it scary doing your speech on stage? How did it feel getting up on stage?
Oh, well, we have a little group chat, and we were like, oh, should we prepare something? And we never really got round to that. And so as we were going down, it was like, oh my God, what do we do? So it's just that deep breath moment of, ooh, let's say words. But hopefully it went well, in your opinion. I tried my best, but it was honestly so good to be up there, and you can't see anything up there. There's so many lights.
Yeah, like you said, we had the group chat, and then when we were sat in the auditorium, we both kind of said, Max, if we win, we're giving the mic to you. You'll be doing the speech. But
yeah, Max's speech was good. I was there going, I agree. I'm glad it's not me doing that. Yeah.
And lastly, how was it reliving the memory of the film you made together?
The thing that we've been saying the whole time is that I feel like we are the most unserious group of filmmakers. You know, when we made it, it was the most ridiculous set, and it was so funny. And I was ill the whole way through filming, and I think you were trying to like parrot what I was saying because I completely lost my voice during filming. So it was such a silly set and such a silly little film, and so to be able to have that be recognised, you know, it's just, you get a little kick out of it, I suppose.
It's kind of surreal because for me and Max, I only did the 4-day film school. So for me, it was just like, I was only there for 4 days and I'm suddenly here. But yeah, it reminded me that it was an amazing experience.
Honestly, it was just kind of deja vu of those, all those memories. Like, and as Max said, we are the least serious people here. The entire time, we were just looking at our story and looking at how to do things. And our thought process was, wouldn't it be funny if this happened? And then we did it, and then it worked, and then we've won an award, and then we won another one. So, yeah, that's the key to life. Wouldn't it be funny?
And I actually just have to ask you guys, you're all still in touch. How long ago was your film?
Like 3 years ago.
You've stayed in touch since?
Yeah, we're all old now.
And you have a group chat?
Yeah, so we've got a little group chat. We stay updated with each other's projects. You do a lot of stuff. You've just had a film in a festival, I believe. It's very impressive. So we're all just here to kind of support each other and make sure that we stay connected, especially as young people in the industry. A lot of people lose touch. It's good to stay as like a tight-knit community. So.
Wow, that was the filmmakers behind Love Letters, which won the older age group in the 4-day film school category. And it was just really nice. I don't know about you, Ellen, hearing how well they got on, how much of a good time they had making that film.
Mm-hmm. You can really hear like the great memories they made, and that it was a fun sort of, just like a bit of a laugh.
Absolutely.
Which is, I think, a great entry into like filmmaking, and just knowing that you can be playful and that you can create something that is funny.
Absolutely.
Not too serious.
And following that intuition of what would make themselves laugh.
Yeah.
And look how far it got them, I think, is actually a really nice message that, you know, you should, as a filmmaker, I think, make films for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to make a film that's going to please someone else, you're probably going to get it wrong. Whereas if you make a film that pleases you, it's probably going to end up pleasing someone else.
Mm-hmm. And also, like,
someone that's similar to you, you know?
I think the best films that are made are when the people that make them together have a really positive relationship.
Yeah.
And are sort of good collaborators. And I think you could see that there, and that shone through. And also lovely to see that two of those filmmakers, I think Max and Alex, went on to do summer camp.
Yes. Absolutely.
After 4-day film school. So that film sort of led them on to discover their passion for filmmaking.
Max did Paradiso.
Max was a writer on Paradiso.
Yeah, super impressive. And seeing that they're still making stuff and they've got their own films that are going to festivals, that's what we love to hear. Because it's all one thing, like learning this stuff and taking the opportunity that Young Film Academy gives you, but it's then using those skills that you've developed and learned at a YFA course and making your own stuff. That's where you really become amazing at what you do, you know?
Yeah, fantastic. So who are we going to hear from next?
So we've got some filmmakers that have worked on the, I think it was the Collaboration Award.
Yeah, it was the Best Collaboration Award, Psyche, which was the winner, and it was quite funny. Elizabeth from Prospero, who sponsored the category. This is our charity partner, Prospero World. Elizabeth from Prospero, she came up to me before presenting the award, and she had judged that category. She was like, I have to ask you, how do you pronounce the title of this film? She was like, is it Psych or Psyche? So this was like 5 minutes before the ceremony.
And what did you say, Ellen? You were like, I don't know.
I sort of gave in sort of the most certain voice that I could. And I think there was no signal inside the auditorium, so I couldn't like quickly Google it on my phone and get like Google to say it back to me. And I was thinking, because I've seen the film, I know it's about the psyche. And I was like, it's Psyche. Trust me, it's Psyche.
Even
my
though
voice
you had
shaking.
no idea.
But yeah, I think that was the right call.
I love that. Yeah, no, I love that film as well. I think,
and it is Psyche.
Yeah, and it's a moody. Yeah, I think it is Psyche. Yeah.
You're still not sure.
I'm still not sure, but it's really moodily shot as well. And that BFI Film Academy, I think, with the Young Film Academy, they made some great films together, and I think this is great for one of those to be recognised. So.
Yeah,
great. Let's have a listen and see what they have to say.
It was amazing. Yeah, we were both really surprised, but also very proud of our team.
It was really unexpected. I mean, because we made the film so long ago and we've all had so many changes in our lives since then, it was really nice to come back to that film where we met.
And can you remind me what your winning film was?
Our winning film was Psyche.
With the BFI Film Academy.
Yes.
And did you guys meet on the BFI Film Academy?
Yeah, we did. And then we met again when we won at Folkestone Film Festival.
We did, and we've got such a tight group with everyone that was on the film with us, and we all still chat to this day. It's really sweet.
And then did you go on to do Young Film Academy programs after that?
Yeah, I did the summer camp and then got selected for Project Paradiso, and I was director of Gladys, so amazing opportunity. How about you, Morgan?
I did a couple of YFA projects beforehand, but now I'm working as a camp counsellor.
And how was it reuniting with everyone today?
Oh, it was so sweet. I mean, it was so lovely seeing everyone, as well as the staff who I've worked with throughout the years, and finally reunited with everyone.
Yeah, so for me, it's just great to see everyone, and also people you've met from different places. A couple of people go to the school I'm at now, and I was like, no way, you're at YFA too, and it's just a big YFA family. Yeah.
Anna, what was your favourite part of the ceremony today?
Maybe just like seeing everyone. What about you?
I liked Lachlan singing. That was funny.
Yeah, that was so cool.
And did you like the comedy category? Did you see any good films there?
Oh yeah, there were loads. I love ChatGPT. Yeah, 100%. How about you?
I loved watching the comedies from everyone, but especially seeing films from people I know that I hadn't seen before. It was really nice.
And what are you guys up to now? You aspiring filmmakers. What has YFA helped you aspire to in the future?
Do you want to go first?
I'm in my second year of film school, and you are?
I'm first year of film school as well. Yeah.
Amazing. And how's that going?
It's going really well. I mean, I'm noticing more and more that there are so much overlap between YFA people and people who are at film school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, you did this as well. And it's so nice that there's such a tight community here.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's going really well. And it's just great making loads of films. And with the experience of YFA, knowing how to do it professionally and work as a team with different people. Yeah.
And do you have any final words you want to say about tonight and about your time at YFA?
I think this was a great way to sort of culminate everything, celebrating being with YFA in different ways. Yeah, how about you?
I just want to say thank you to YFA because you've made such a big impact on my life.
Wow, I think lovely words again. This is what we were talking about earlier about how people's reflections on YFA was just really positive and glowing, and it was just really nice to hear.
And these are some slightly older students who've sort of had time to reflect on what YFA has helped them achieve.
Absolutely. And just hearing their journey, it's like one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. Do you know what I mean? And it's for these guys, the BFI Film Academy, which is this sort of course that runs in October, or used to run in October, was their entryway. And then they ended up at summer camp, and then Paradiso.
Yeah. And also working on summer camp as a
Absolutely.
Really just getting the sort of introduction to YFA and then the sort of domino effect that creates.
Yeah, 100%.
And they also touched on some great moments from the ceremony as well, talking about the performance. We had a performance from Zoe Moulton-Barrett and Lachlan Monroe, who are two students from summer camp, and Lachlan is now a staff member at YFA. Zoe performed a song from Phantom of the Opera.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Lachlan was a surprise part of that performance.
Yeah.
On the screen, it just says Zoe, and then at the the moment where the Phantom is meant to appear, he appeared from nowhere.
Yeah.
He burst onto the scene with his mask on.
Yeah.
Which was very cool.
Fantastic singing voice, which I didn't know he had in him.
No, none of us did. We were expecting the worst, Lachlan. No offense, but
absolutely beautiful performance from Zoe.
I knew you had it in you. But yeah, great performance from her. And yeah, again, just really nice things. And it's nice sort of seeing students become members of the team as well. I think it's really...
Yeah.
It's a testament to the nice people that YFA brings together, you know. I think.
And also because someone like Zoe, she is a actor. She's done the screen acting course at YFA, but she also pursues singing, and just the space of YFA creating opportunities to sort of pursue and explore any sort of creative...
Yes, and express yourself in whatever creative way you want, you know. Like, YFA can also be the foundation of you finding out that you might like, you know, design or other things that are creative, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, let's see who we've got next. We've got Lewis. So Lewis is also now essentially works as part of the YFA team as well, delivering certain courses, parties, and also summer camp as well, which is really cool.
And Lewis
won the best comedy.
The best comedy award, which was voted for by the audience.
Yes, which I got to present. I got to go on stage and be blinded by all the lights, which the students have mentioned. You really can't see anything when you're on that stage. And some incredible nominated films here. Spoonshank Redemption is a particular favourite of Ellen's.
Yeah, that is a film from 2017. It's a is it 4-day film school? Or is
I think so, yeah.
Or Make Film Day, but I think it's 4-day film school.
Yeah,
but
I
that
agree.
was, that's a great film that features a full Union Jack suit.
Yeah, don't know where that came from.
Hilarious characters, eclectic sort of ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And lots of spoons.
Lots of spoons in the Spoonshank Redemption. It lives up to the name, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Insomnia, you're also a big fan of, Ellen?
Yeah, Insomnia, honestly, because I put in some work putting these categories together, the long list. And Insomnia is, I think I can quote Insomnia pretty much word for word. I can definitely quote that final scene.
Yeah.
I definitely checked those two films out on our YouTube playlist from the All Stars.
Yeah. No, it's a really great film. I also loved Subtitled, which was a film that I oversaw. Yeah. It's a really sweet rom-com that has got some nice fun moments in it.
Yeah.
I'm in Mama's Boy as well.
Yeah.
Which is
quite
cool.
terrifying.
Yeah. ChatGPT obviously got a shout out as well, which I think it deserved. But yeah, the other nominated films include Operation Santosaurus, which was a make a film in a day that made the list.
Christmas special,
absolutely massive achievement. A Grave War, great fun film. Fishing for Answers, I think is Fishing for Answers, in fact, and Fistful of Carrots, and No Nuts, and 237 are all sort of Mark Coleman overseen sort of comedy classics. So Mark is a comedy director, and he's taught at summer camp over the years, and he's sort of helped guided these students to produce these incredible, iconic comedy films. Which is great. And then obviously the winning film, which is what Lewis worked on, was The Boom Guy, which is, again, I think just has real cult status at YFA. You've got to, honestly, if you're going to watch any category, you're definitely going to have a good time and lots of laughs if you watch all the comedy nominations.
Yeah, and The Boom Guy it's about a boom guy who is on the set of like an obnoxious director, and he sort of ends up saving the day, if you say, and it's sort of got that meta aspect to it, a film about making a film and an ode to boom guys everywhere, boom guys and gals and
unappreciated crew members. Right, let's see what Lewis has to say.
So my film was called The Boom Guy, and honestly it was a bit of a surprise to win. It was very overwhelming because this was 5 years ago now, and it was the first film I ever made. But it feels really good. I ran to the stage. I was telling myself, if I win, don't run, but I ran. But yeah, it feels really good.
And what was the film about that you made?
So the film's about a boom operator on a film set, and he's not being treated very nicely by the crew. And one day he just decides, you know what, I'm gonna fight back. So he has this whole Rocky style training montage, and then he comes back at the end and then just takes over the set.
And obviously your category was decided for by the audience, so how did that feel that you were voted by potentially YFA like students and staff and the general public?
I mean, without knowing like how many people voted or anything like that, it's a bit strange. Are there people I know who have voted? Are there people who I don't know who have voted for this film? But it feels really good to have like the knowledge that people enjoyed the film, because it was so fun to make and to watch it when it was finished as well. So it's nice that audiences enjoyed it too.
And what's it like being here this evening with everyone and reuniting with some faces?
It's really nice, yeah. Like there's some people I've not seen in like 3-4 years, and it's been every so often I just see a face and I'm like, I know you from somewhere, don't I? And it's that moment of, oh my god, it's you, we did this together. So it's been really nice to see everyone again, and a really nice atmosphere everywhere around. So I started as a student. When I started, I was like a very shy kid. I didn't really I wasn't able to put myself out there a lot. And then just since then, I've just been on this journey of gaining more confidence, making more films. So by my final year, I was I got to know everybody, had so much fun, made a really fun film. And then when it was over, I'm like, I don't think it's done. I want to come back. So I came back as a trainee, and then I came back as a camp counselor the year after, and I hope to come back again.
So that was Lewis from The Boom Guy.
Absolutely. And I think he echoed a lot of what we were sort of saying earlier. Really,
yeah.
About that
he gave a better sort of description of the film.
But also, him embodying that journey from becoming a member of the YFA team as well. Him sort of staying within the YFA family, I think was really nice to hear.
Yeah.
Hear about the effect it had on him, I think was really nice. So it was an honour to present the award to Lewis, is what I would say.
Yeah.
And to hear what he had to say was awesome,
Yeah. So our next student is from Table for One, which was the Summer Camp 2-week award, another very coveted award. And let's see what
absolutely. Yeah, I would say that it was probably the most hotly contested one beside the top film, well, along with the comedy, but I say that now. I've said that, they're all pretty hotly contested.
Yeah.
So many of them could have gone either way, but yeah, what a cool film Table for One is. In fact, it still gets used by most teachers and most staff as here's what you can make at summer camp, because it just is a really solid piece of storytelling.
I won for Table for One is the film, and the award is Summer Camp Years 14 to 17 2 weeks program.
And how did it feel to win today?
It was very unexpected. I wasn't expecting it because there were so many other amazing films. So I was surprised.
And how did it feel going down to the screen, because you hadn't seen your friend in such a long time? Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. I was shaking a lot, so yeah.
And then when you saw each other on the stage, when was the last time you saw each other?
Last time we saw each other was at the camp, so it was very long. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. And have you seen anyone else tonight? Has there been a lot of familiar faces? What's that been like?
Some familiar faces, but not many, because I think it's been such a long time, so I don't really, it's very hard to remember faces sometimes.
And how does it feel to be here generally, just tonight?
Oh, it's very nice. It's such a nice vibe, and everyone is so nice, so I like it a lot.
And what has YFA taught you in terms of filmmaking and acting, and where are you now because of it?
So, Young Film Academy helped me to get into Met Film School actually with my film for 1 year program, and then I did 2 years program in Prague at Prague Film Institute, and now I actually got a job at the Czech National Television, so that's very cool.
Amazing. What do you do there?
I am in production, so that's very exciting.
And And what did Young Film Academy, do you remember anything that it taught you that you're using now?
It helped me a lot with like makeup and stuff like that, because I think there was like one day course thing we had at the 2-week program, which was like special effects, and I did one short film which it was actually quite helpful, this knowledge, so I really like that.
And what are you going to do for the rest of the evening? Are you going to have some fun?
I think have some fun. I'm gonna meet some of my friends. They don't actually know yet that I won, so I'm gonna tell them that. So yeah.
That was great. So inspiring, I think, just hearing about what she's gone on to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like working actually in television, having gone to Met Film School off the back of summer camp. It really shows sort of how you can sort of build and build and build off the back of your sort of foundation of filmmaking and the skills you learn at summer camp and elsewhere, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I could really feel the energy of sort of being reunited with friends and collaborators from the film that she worked on, and just what an exciting, buzzy feeling it was to be there. Absolutely. And our last group of people we're going to hear from are the people behind, well, it's actually I think they were all the actors that were in the film called Cult for School for Girls that we mentioned earlier. Absolutely iconic film. It won the Younger 1 week summer camp award, but it also the award for best performance went to Darcy Porter Cassidy, who has since gone on to act in some incredible things for was it Disney Plus and also BBC, I believe. So yeah, really, really impressive. If anyone's got the program, you'll see there's a bit on Darcy and what she's gone on to do. Yes, in our awesome spotlight section. Yes, absolutely. She was in was it Extraordinary, which is on Disney Plus, and BBC One's Dodger as well, which is really cool. So very cool for her to be recognised for this film. But yeah, let's hear from her and also her fellow castmates as well from Cult for School for Girls.
We won the aged 12 to 14 film for our age group and for the summer programme, and we won it for Cult for School for Girls, which is the film that we made. 5 years ago now. Yeah.
How does it feel to be here today winning that award and seeing each other?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen these girls since 2021, so it's actually kind of mad seeing them all grown up and seeing where they're at now. It's just really inspiring to hear and listen to conversations. And, yeah.
And do you think you're going to stay in touch after the event now you've seen each other again?
Yes, 100%.
I think me and Darcy have just had a really nice conversation. We've just found sort of a more mutual connection between sort of sociology and psychology and anthropology for documentaries. So I think we'll definitely be linking up on.
Definitely will be.
Definitely linking up on some of that in the future.
Collaboration in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
Incoming.
Yeah.
Amazing. And how did it feel to win tonight?
It's quite a shock, to be honest, I think. I think because it's been so long, and I think the project was such a unique one to sort of bring to the table. I mean, I remember the initial meeting that we had with sort of the filmmakers at the time, and they were saying to us that we wanted it to be a mixture of a modern family-style comedy, which they hadn't really done before, as sort of the acting directors had said to us, and they also wanted to have sort of a mix-in of this weird, abnormal, otherworldly sort of vibe with sort of the cult. I think that's a really unique blend and something really creative for someone of our age category at the time to come up with, and being able to execute that in basically just a week with sort of the filming schedules and sort of the depth and breadth of scenes that we had to do. I think it was really, really lovely to get to know a lot.
Yeah, such a shock, so unexpected. At the time, this film was just a silly little project, and to think that it's, me howling on the floor like a werewolf. I said this when we won the award, 12-year-old me on the floor howling like a werewolf gets you so far. It's crazy. It's really, really surreal, but very, very proud.
And you had some industry judges judging the awards.
Yes, we did.
Did you have a chance to speak to them?
Yeah, we did actually.
Getting that award from their judgment.
I mean, it was really crazy actually, because the lady that chose our category, she's a broadcast journalist for films and like that category, and it was really interesting talking to her about it, considering journalism and broadcast is something that I would really like to get into in the future potentially. So talking to her about what her favourite films were this year, and her talking about girls on film, and then she asked me, what's your favourite film directed by a woman? And I was stuck because I didn't really know many films directed by women, and now when I leave today, that is the first thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be researching and watching every film directed by a woman.
Amazing. And what are you guys up to now? Like, how far have you come since Young Film Academy?
Well, sort of since Young Film Academy, I did a lot of independent film projects sort of within my old school, which I think was really fun to play around with. Definitely developed a lot more in certain like editorial techniques. I've done a lot of sort of mockumentaries, documentaries, done a lot of sociology research projects to do with misogyny, which I found really, really important, which we'll be collaborating on at some point in the future. But I think it's just been really nice. Once you sort of have the groundworks and you know what you're doing, it opens up this other world of actually I can do so much by myself. I can, I think that's really cool. So yeah, lots of independent research projects and film projects, but definitely some more collaboration-wise in the future.
I went on to do acting with Sylvia Young. So I went to Sylvia Young Theatre School full-time until I was in year 9. And I worked with Disney Plus and the BBC on some TV series over the years. And yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
So I'm still in the creative industry. I've gone more on the fashion side of things. So I'm actually a fashion student in my first year of college at the Fashion Retail Academy. So really enjoying that, but 100% still going to be considering pursuing a route in the acting and filmmaking side of the industry, as it's something that I have had such a passion for the longest time. I want to say maybe 7 years now. So yeah, still in the creative industry, really enjoying it. Yeah.
Wow. Just amazing to hear from them. I'm struck by the fondness that they have for each other.
Yeah.
And just how they've all followed their dreams and their passions.
Yeah, and sort of reuniting at the YFA Awards and sort of deciding to potentially collaborate in the future.
Absolutely.
Which is what I think we really wanted to happen at the event while planning it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, because that's always been a big part of YFA, It's about finding your people.
Yeah, and it's a network that is a really useful thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And, people come to YFA courses in the summer camp really shy, being like, what if I don't make any friends? And they come away just having made the best friends that they're going to keep for life. And I think this whole event is a real testament to that. Really, and is, as we were saying earlier, yes, it's a showdown, but it's really just a celebration of the students' achievements and how they've all come together to make these phenomenal movies over the last 10 years.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a beautiful place to end, Dan.
Absolutely. So thank you everyone for joining us. We don't have a relevant question for understandable reasons, because no one sent us a question. Well, is there parking at the YFA All Stars? No, there wasn't. That was a question from Tabby's mum. So there you go. But thank you anyway, and we'll see you on another episode very soon.
Yeah, we will. We've got some exciting ones coming up, and yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, next week, or in 2 weeks' time, because they release every 2 weeks, we've got a Larry who's going to talk about what it's like to direct soaps, which is very cool. We've never had someone that's directed soaps on the YFA podcast before, so we're excited to hear what she has to say. Yeah. But thank you very much for joining me, Ellen.
Thank you so much, Dan. This has been a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.